food bank in Delaware. Here we are at the food bank in Delaware. This is our first stop on our 30-day trip, and we're excited to learn a little bit about hunger in Delaware.
In 2010, we did about, I think it was it close to 8? I know.
How many pounds did you trip? 7.7.
Okay, 7.7.
Almost 8.
And that changes depending on how much fresh produce we get in.
Right.
Because fresh produce is heavier stuff, and so, but last year was about that.
And was that a major increase from the year before, or is it roughly the same over?
Actually, the amount of food that is married that is tallied that way, which is that's the old time way of food banks keeping track of food. That number stays pretty consistent. But what we really focus on keeping that number of fresh produce and everything, but we're really focusing on moving food through like the backpack program, moving food through the after-school feeding, moving food through the summer feeding, moving food in more the kid-friendly ways. And that really is the part of the program that's probably increasing. It's not going to give you those poundage numbers that drive food banks, but it's a better. I don't know. It's to me it's and then we have 3 nutritionists on staff that teach kids how to prepare meals for themselves. Now, how do you don't measure poundage for that.
No.
But when you think in terms of 3 registered dietitians in a state of 880,000 teaching kids how to make their own meals, that has a real impact. The coalition is working on having all children be able to be served breakfast statewide, no matter what their income level is. All our schools currently statewide serve breakfast, but it's very underutilized.
Right.
And so we're now working with the schools to figure out how to go about getting them into being able to feed children healthy food and having it be a utilized program. So that's another area that we're working on. So the coalition has really helped sort of broaden our base of knowledge and interest in what we're doing.
In terms of like the local demographic of the typical, I mean, I'm sure it's a variety, but what do you feel? What types of people now, especially with the economy the way it is, are coming to the food bank? Is it changing?
Oh, sure, it's changing. People that used to volunteer here now depend on us for food. We've seen people that the woman used to, in a 2-family situation, the woman used to volunteer here. He made the income, was the income earner. Now he volunteers here because she's been able to find a job and he's lost his. So there's there's a lot of situations like that. I mean, we also have a lot of people.
We won a Pepsi refresh grant for $10,000, and we pretty much just spread that through Twitter and Facebook and people retweeting, so I think that goes to show how powerful of a tool it is.
Absolutely.
We've met tons of new people through it. I just presented at a social media workshop on Friday about the importance of it, so I think if you just tell your story, people they'll support you.
The amount of people that you guys serve each year, I think we mentioned pounds earlier, but roughly how many people?
Delaware is a state of 880,000. When we did our last large survey with Feeding America, and the results were tabulated by Mathematica, so it's very statistically sound. We're serving 240,000 people under the table.
Wow.
Out of 800,000 total in the state?
So about 1 in 4 of your population is.
You got it.
Wow. That's crazy.
And that's non-duplicated. 42% are children.